And then the next and fifth category, which is really important for the attorney, there are 4 types of potential injury awards based on the doctor's documentation. Now, believe it or not, most attorneys don't know what I'm showing you right now. There's 4 potential injury awards, not 1. So the 4 potential injury awards, and this is solely based on the doctor's documentation, and that will represent essentially 97% of the injury award. In other words, it's all on you. And there's good news and bad news about that. If you don't know very much, it's not going to be very helpful. You're not going to get much business. If you do know quite a bit about this, you're going to be the go-to person for that attorney, meaning you're going to get all the referrals. So the first one is the medicals injury award. Most people are aware of that they're compensated for all the medicals. Most people are aware of that. There is an impairment injury award. I've actually even had an attorney and even heard of attorneys that do not even ask for an impairment. I've heard of attorneys who don't even ask for a narrative report. Now, what that means is you've got a really ignorant attorney. You've got because that's the most valuable documentation for the injury award. That's the bad news. The good news is it's a huge opportunity to educate them, to shift their consciousness from being ignorant to understanding there's way more potential involved here than what they realize. And again, that creates a lot of value for you. So there's the impairment injury award. There's the pain and suffering injury award. And then there's the prognosis and need for future care injury award. So there's 4 potential injury awards based on your documentation. So we not only need to be aware of these, but we're actually going to cover what documentation is needed to support each one of these injury awards, number 1. Number 2, and this is a really big topic, especially with attorneys, is how to convert this documentation into money, because that's what attorneys do. Attorneys, what's their number 1 job? It's to take an injury and turn it into money. Well, guess how much more valuable you are when you can explain to them how to take your documentation and turn it into money. Well, that becomes very important. So this is another huge topic relative to personal injury attorney referrals. So we're going to pay a lot of attention to this also.